It's in the 20s out here this morning. It's cold. Stripey! Oh, Stripey! Duke sent out a message, a text message to all their customers saying to try to limit electrical usage this morning between 6 and 9 a.m. We've had other days that were this cold this winter, and this isn't really cold. So that was a little bit of a surprise. Dawn said the other days were holiday days. The schools weren't in. Maybe some businesses weren't back to work yet. Could have shifted the energy usage curve a little bit, but I don't know. People were not too happy about it. You know, you can help keep the grid stable by not using too much electricity. It said something close to that. That wasn't exactly what it said. But, of course, our thermostat will do what Duke wants it to do to try to help. And we're already, you know, that's peak electricity. That 6 to 9 a.m. is the most expensive electricity of the day in the winter. So we're not using a whole lot then. We're not freezing in the house, but we're not charging the cars, running the anything that uses up hot water, so we're not using the hot water heater. Yeah, so we already should be helping more so than most households. Not freezing though. Everything's a little extra cold this morning. The window mercury thermometer says it's 35 now. But we were down to like 27, and it is getting a little bit of sun. And Panther's water bowl definitely has ice in it, but it's not. It's been more solid a few other mornings. When the house and fill it up. Yeah, I don't know if I ever said yesterday or not, but Don's 11 o'clock appointment was he went up and got his second shingles shot. The current vaccine, it's a 2-shot procedure. I know 4 months apart's okay. They kind of give you a window, 2 to 6 months, something like that. Anyway, he went up and he got the shot, and he was feeling a little off last night from it. Maybe a low fever and some body aches, but says he's feeling good this morning. That shingles vaccine threw me for a loop. I definitely would get it like on a Friday afternoon, where Saturday you don't have to do a whole lot if you don't feel up to it, so you could rest. It wasn't as bad for me as the COVID shot, but it was still a noticeable thing. But it sure beats getting shingles or complications from it. I think we're going to walk here in a bit. We've got Spectrum coming at 11 because our internet upload speed. They're like, well, your download speed's 500 megabytes. And I'm like, but my upload speed's 8 megabytes. So I care about upload speed. It needs to be 20 or better. Oh, we'll see what they say. It's either going to, you know, it's only 3 things it could be. Their equipment at the street, the cable modem in the house, or the darn line that comes all the way from down there up to the house, which they replaced, can't be more than a year or so ago. So hopefully they're going to hand us a new cable modem, and life will be better after that. Good morning, Gray. How are you? Besides the fact that your blanket fell again. How does it do that? I keep on pushing it well behind the back of the couch. It's okay. I fix it for you. Not starting the beans yet, but I'm making chili today. Johnny's coming home tonight, and yeah, it's pinto beans and kidney beans. I kind of like a mix. Soak it overnight, baby. I suggested we not walk. We have potential for some freezing rain tonight, although they're not saying it's going to cause us any trouble. Let's hope not. And then Tuesday, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and it's time. So I'm going to do mini flags and inflatables and all the little elf legs outside, and then start taking the ornaments off the tree inside. With Johnny home this weekend, it would be better if the tree were down. Just more room, normal chair room stuff in the family room. So we'll see how far I get, because the Spectrum guy's doing about an hour. Don also has to go to the dermatologist. He has a 2 p.m. his every 6-month appointment this afternoon, where they'll freeze some more spots on him and hopefully tell him not to come back for 6 months. He's never had to have a surgery, but probably because they freeze a lot of these things. By the way, my spot is much healed and hopefully what they were expecting after freezing it. So I figured between attic steps and yard steps and all the stuff that I would get a good amount of exercise out here. Plus that's all warm after taking care of the kitties, so it's 35 out here going on 40 maybe. Not going to be very warm today, but I'm moving, so I'm sort of warm. And of course I have my best helper ever out here to walk around the yard with me. Hey Tux. I'm making progress, slow but steady. Definitely cold. My feet are cold. This is all broken. I'm going to throw it away. The other two are good, and Marty does still like to play with them, although I probably in the spring should clean them for him. It's getting close to the time for the Spectrum guy to be here. I'll be in the garage for a few minutes putting inflatables in boxes. They seem pretty dry. Yeah, the Spectrum tech is on the way. It's going on 12 now. I've got everything done I intended to do outside. I have not started on the tree yet, but I'm going to work on that while he's here. Yeah, we've got 600 megabytes download right now. That's great if you want to stream Netflix. We've got 10 megabytes upload. 20 is about the minimum I can live with and not be agitated, frustrated, behind on what I want to do. And we're paying extra. We don't have the base plan. We have the extra plan. There's no competition. Ting's across the street, but they don't want to come into our neighborhood. So we have, we're stuck. We're stuck. I got something called a weapons hat. Printing for Johnny. I had to switch from the PLA Plus to the TPU. This green filament is a lot more spongy. The black stuff's really hard. I think it's looking good. The Spectrum guys are here now. My Lego order came, the UPS guy. Of course, he came right when the Spectrum van is in the driveway. It's okay, though. He was a nice guy. He ran up the front yard through the footbridge and brought me my box. So, I was looking for the peacock, and then I was feeling a little bad. This was the only Christmas thing that I didn't buy this year, even though I'm not sure how I feel about the gingerbread people, but I'm going to build them, I swear I am. And then, I know this is like a New Year jade rabbit, kind of a Asian themed, kit, but I thought it would look good at Easter, and it has this really nifty little rabbit. It folds out, and they're inside living like in their tunnel, so it's it should be a cool set. Everything was on sale except for the peacock, and then I thought Daisy Duck would look kind of good for Valentine's Day into Easter also. We know who she is, but she kind of looks, maybe I thought Valentine's Day or Easter because of the pink. So anyway, I won't build this till next year. Totally waiting for next year on that, but these will be sooner than later. And they're also just the right size again for in the car back and forth between here and the school. So if I need a little build to build in the car, then I'll grab one of these. Well, bye-bye Christmas tree until next year, although I don't know that it'll actually go down until tomorrow. I'm just getting the bulbs off of it. It may still be lit in there naked until tomorrow. The good news is it's not the new wire coming from the street to the house.
Thank God.
It's also not the cable modem. So no quick swap out.
Right.
So they've turned it over to maintenance. I have a phone number and a supervisor name in case we don't hear anything within 7 days. They said nobody notices upload speed.
Right.
Like I would be the only person in, hundreds of thousands of houses on this side that would ever notice upload speed. And so they got to send another maintenance guy out to look at why the feed coming to our box up at the street is not what it's supposed to be.
Sure.
And since the download speed is great, he says none of my neighbors know.
That's right.
There's a problem.
That's
just
correct.
me.
Right.
I told him it's been bad for more than 6 weeks. It's just that it's so painful to engage support because you have to prove everything. You can't just say, I've had cable since 1991 and I know when it's not working right. Would you please just send a tech out here? Just fix it. Or better yet, like, why doesn't the person downstream why don't they know it's not right out here and just send somebody to fix it? So, but anyway, it was painful for us. The VRU was over 30 minutes, and Don had to shimmy wires, switch wires. You know, they want you only on only one computer and and plug directly into the cable modem, and that's not trivial for probably hardly anybody, and especially not us. So.
That's right.
I did have to move a few clothes out of the closet. I'll go put them back. It wasn't too painful, and Don helped. It really wasn't. It took less than 5 minutes.
Right.
So.
It really wasn't that bad. I mean, that first bar, and he didn't even mutter a sound. So
nope.
I guess he
it probably was nice. It was up at a chest height for him.
Right.
Instead of down underneath somebody's office desk in the corner. So maybe it was actually good for him once we moved my stuff out of the way. So anyway, it's not fixed. They were really nice. The one guy was in training. They're sorry, obviously. They were polite. They were all the things you'd want support guys coming to your house to be. So we'll wait. But let's see. It's Friday. By next Friday. Or I'll be calling. I'll wait my 7 days. And then I'll be calling. Well, I'll call Monday morning a week from, you know.
Well, the cable modem, you know, there are the Q blocks or something. They're little blocks, okay? And there's a finite number of them. And they do like 10 blocks for download and 1 block for upload. And then 10 more blocks for download and 1 block for upload. So that's how it is. So the more blocks you get allocated to, there's a finite number of blocks. The more blocks you allocate to download, which is what their priority is, the fewer you have for upload. Right.
So what you're telling me is they're making all the neighbors happy except me, and they don't care.
Right.
And if I upload speed we're supposed to be getting 20 megabits, which I can live with 20. 20's fast enough for me to get the daily stuff uploaded where I want it and get the videos out in a timely fashion. We're getting half of that. We're getting 10. The next time it even hiccups under 18, I'm going to call.
Right. And
if I notice it, they're in trouble. Right. I'm not going to let it sit this time.
This is why they always say up to 20. They never guarantee you 20. They say up
to. Well, I get 18 or 22. I get 16 or 24. Right. But this is just not acceptable. This is half. This is half the speed that I'm complaining about. Half of what it's supposed to be.
Right. But yeah, absolutely. And I think they're supposed to have with this QDOS. DOSOS 3 or 4 that they're running now is supposed to dynamically, these Q blocks are supposed to be dynamically allocated, you know, based on it. And that's probably actually working and making your problem worse. Because what happens is when everybody comes home and starts streaming Netflix, they need more download blocks. And so there's only so many blocks.
Right. However, it was bad this morning. At 11 a.m. it was 10 megabits, and it was 10 megabits or 8 megabits last night. So I ain't necessarily buying it's
not fixing their
all those darn people watching and streaming Netflix. Dagnammit.
Yeah, well, it could be, you know, somebody went in there and changed the parameter and said, well, 10's going to be the most, but no, we need 20. You know, I don't know what how these things are allocated. I just know that this is how it works.
Yeah, well, on Facebook posts, I never see anyone say anything good about the service from Spectrum. And if Ting would just come across the street with the fiber,
we'd be
I'm sorry, but we might be 30-year customers, but we'll be dropping being customers because I can't take it.
Yeah.
Or they'll be the backup, and we'll get rid of T-Mobile, and we'll just have fiber and Spectrum. Right now, we got T-Mobile and Spectrum, and the 5G is most of the time not any better, but does help out in a pinch.
Right, but when it gets flaky, it gets flaky.
Really flaky, right.
But at least you know it's not this.
Right, and we can't seem to get the two to play nice where it chooses the one that's better and doesn't cause other problems.
Although they were doing great this morning. I got over 30 meg upload speed this morning. I got like 1.2 gig download speed. So it was screaming this morning. That's why I told...
I can't drop a roundhouse kick on you right now. You're sitting down, but you're going to be late for your appointment. Go. Hey, Donnie. Hey, pretty girl. Oh, you did stop down at the street. Thank you. So, are you okay? Oh, my goodness, the side of your face over there, Donnie. Oh, no.
He did 5 more, which wasn't bad compared to the 15 he did last time, he said.
So only 5 today?
Only 5.
But that one over here is
yeah,
like
that's
really,
right.
he must have really gone after
Yeah,
it.
he enjoyed that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Spot eating there is a good idea, but he seems to be getting away with it right now. Marty's up top, Tux is down below. They're ignoring him. Morris is out there on the log, I see now. Behind him up in the woods is Stripe there too. I don't see Stripe currently. Anyway, it is what it is. It's 4:30. I have not sat down literally the entire day today since I stood up this morning after I got out of bed. Well, maybe I sat down to put my shoes on, and that was it, like, 5 minutes. So my beans are cooked, and I'm getting ready to start cooking up the meat and the other stuff to go in there. Johnny's 3D print's done. He's sending another one. Not sure what time he's going to be here. 6 maybe. It's like I said, it's 4:30. Johnny's home, and the send cut send order came. So this is for while he says hi.
These are forks. This is the new weapon bar, which it's lighter, slightly lighter, so I can afford to have these. And it's also got a better tooth, so it should get more bite, and it should also wear less. And then these are the new terribly sorry weapons. There's 2 there. They're stacked with the same motor mounting design as well as this high, so I can mount the motor the same.
So the big green wide robot that did so good. Now the little lifters in the front are going to be metal instead of plastic. Woo!
Well, there'll be a mixture of metal and plastic.
Okay, these are going to fit over top of the plastic part.
Not quite. You'll see.
I'll see. I'll see.
You'll see, Mom.
So this Duke representative says they're sorry for any concern they caused asking people to cut back this morning from 6 to 9, that there wasn't really a problem. Oh no, they really need to get their messages straight.
Educational purposes.
They really need to get their act together. It was pretty, because honest to God, if we can't handle 27 degrees, we are in deep trouble at 15. So, and that's likely to happen a couple of nights in February. So I forgot before I started eating, but the chili turned out great, and we're sitting here enjoying it now. Yeah, he's basically saying we were trying to tell you how to save money, not trying to tell you how to help us manage the grid. I don't know what they were trying to say.